Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome again to our live stream. And today we have some wonderful guests with us, and they are all from UK, but we have one from England and two from Scotland. So maybe I have to change a little bit of my accent. Anyway, we're gonna have fun listening to them and their experience, using iTeraCare. But before we introduce our wonderful lady guests from Scotland, I would like to introduce, first of all, to our wonderful guest from England, who has helped me a lot, actually. And her name is Shakti Kali Kaloksi. She has helped me a lot in the sense that I've watched her on YouTube, and she has, interviewed people who have been using iTeraCare, from different countries. For example, I've also featured them in our live stream earlier. We have like Annette O'Donnell from England, we have Deborah Fobbs from Texas, and Cynthia Zioli from New York. And our two guests tonight, Hazel and Marie, are also, friends of Shakti. So yeah, let me give a proper introduction, of Shakti, right? Shakti Kali Kaloksi, hope I pronounced that correctly, Shakti, has been in the health and wellness industry for over 35 years, teaching yoga and Pilates and working on detox yoga retreats in Southeast Asia, Bali, Australia, and Europe. He's a yoga and Pilates teacher, trainer, and Amazon best-selling author, transformational coach, and heart IQ facilitator. From being a widowed mom with two babies at the age of 25, two babies with the age of 20. I forgot to ask you, Shakti, they must be twins. Shakti has transformed her own life and is passionate to support women in their journey to self. Her motto, beauty begins the moment you remember who you really are. Now, before I bring Shakti on, let me just show you her book, which is available in Amazon. If you're interested, yeah, you can certainly either get the Kindle version or the paperback version. All right. So without much further ado, let us welcome Shakti. Hello, Shakti. Yes, you have to unmute yourself, Shakti. I'm sorry, I muted you a while ago. And Shakti is in Cyprus right now, actually. And yeah, she's basking in the sun, having a good time. Am I right?
You are, and I'm selling magic wands from Cyprus because I just love my work so much. And thank you. That introduction has made my eyes a little watery, so please forgive me.
I'm so touched, every time I watch you, because I feel you, and you are such a passionate person. And someone like you have to believe before you can, say anything, right? And the way you promote the magic wand, as you call it, the iTeraCare device, what makes you, or what touches you, or what grabs you, or why are you doing it? That's something that I've been wanting to ask you.
James, I sold 30 wands before I even received it. And it was because I completely trust in the flow of life.
Okay.
I closed my Pilates studio. I won't go into why, but it was around, I'm so into natural health, and my passion and my purpose were not being fully fulfilled with teaching Pilates, yoga, and transformational coaching, believe it or not. And when Annette came round to my house and told me about the device, I just intuitively knew this was my next step. And I didn't get the wow 5-minute incredible results because I didn't have any pain, but I started hearing the testimonials and it blew me away. It blew me away. I feel really emotional.
When I asked Annette, because I saw you interviewed her, right? And that's when Annette told me that you're already promoting iTeraCare device and you haven't even received yours. I know about that. Yeah, she told me, you know.
Because I was hearing the testimonials from real people with real health issues.
Yeah.
And I transform lives through emotional transformation, through physical transformation, through spiritual transformation. And the world is so ready for frequency healing. It was like loud and clear for me. There was no question.
Okay. So you totally resonate with the whole thing, basically, the frequency and everything. And that's why you started interviewing so many people. And not only that, you started promoting, I guess, globally, because you have been exposed to, different parts of the world. So tell me, why, apart from just being passionate about it, have you seen like really wonderful effects of this wonderful device that really touch you tremendously? Like, yeah, I can see you're still so passionate about it, even though you're on vacation in Cyprus and you're still talking to everybody.
For me, you know what? I was teaching Pilates online this morning, and I put a post on Facebook after my class because I felt amazing. And I put a photograph of me, and a guy wrote underneath, "sexy." And I actually responded to him, and I said, I don't normally like men saying to me sexy, okay? But I said, I've just finished teaching what I am passionate about. And to me, that is sexy.
Yeah.
And it's the same as what I said in the intro, and what my kind of little motto is: beauty begins the moment you remember who you really are.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what your question was, but I'm going to continue. That what the frequency is doing, it's bringing people back into their natural frequency. And our natural frequency has been lost as a humanity on so many levels, whether it be sexuality, whether it be through our physical bodies, whether it be through the stress and the fear that people are living through in these times, all of it. For me, this is all interconnected. This is all about the relationship between each of us, between the cells in our body, how we interact in the world, how we love, how we eat, how we meditate, how we pray, how we move, all of it. For me, there is no disconnection. I can't remember your question.
Well, you wrote your book, right? The one that is selling is basically to empower women, isn't it? So yes. I guess what, really makes you passionate in whatever you do is to empower people, not just women. And yes. You will only promote something that you truly believe in. And we thank you really for promoting iTeraCare to the world, and also continue to keep on doing what you do, because I get a lot of good stories from you, and I also get to invite your guests on our live stream. So I have to thank you, and on behalf of Prife International, we thank you, really. Shakti.
You're so welcome, James. Thank you so much. Yeah, and thank really you for all the work that you're doing as well.
Yeah.
Thank
all right.
you.
Have a wonderful day at the beach.
I will. Flying home tonight to cold England. Lots of love.
Okay.
Take care.
You. All right.
See you. Bye, darling. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay. There you hear it. Someone who is totally passionate about our wonderful device and started introducing so many people even before she received her device. So without much further ado, I would like to introduce actually the two wonderful ladies from Scotland, whom I got to know by watching the interview of Shakti with Hazel and Marie. So can we welcome Marie and Hazel? How are you? You have to unmute yourself. How are you? Okay, I hope they can unmute themselves.
There we go. Thank you very much, James. We are very well, thank you.
Hi, James.
I know both of you are good friends, but as I've said it a while ago, you look like sisters, because you look really alike. And
we age well. It's the old age grey. So we're growing grey gracefully.
Okay. And you've been friends for many years.
Yes.
Tell us about your friendship. Yeah.
I started a spiritualist church in my hometown about maybe 15, 18 years ago.
Okay.
And that's where I met Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
And we have become good friends, and we've stayed good friends all of these years. And we still do spiritual things, and we have fun, and we laugh a lot together. We're just really good friends.
Oh, that's
Go away once a month with each other.
Yeah.
Promoted the wands while we've been away as well. We do
yes.
healing sessions on different ones, and saying, and this really will work. And sales have been, you've got
good,
sales.
Yeah, you do everything together. Really, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Yeah,
tell us, how did you get to know about? I guess Hazel was the one who. No, sorry. Yeah, I think Hazel was the one who got it first, right? So how did you get to know?
Hooray.
How did you get to know?
Well,
Yeah,
I got it first, James.
Yeah.
And I'm Marie.
yeah.
I got it first, and
Mhm.
I was watching for a lady on Facebook she does crystals,
Okay.
and she mentioned a med bed,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, oh, I know about med beds.
Okay.
So that got my interest.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have been ill for so many years
Mm-hmm.
with different issues,
Mm-hmm.
but my main problem for the last 4 years has been my feet. Really, really bad, James, to the point that some days I can't get my feet on the ground. They're that sore. It's like walking on glass.
Wow.
I was
Must be really
diagnosed.
painful. I mean,
Oh,
so when you wake up, and is it difficult
put
to
your
even-
feet out.
Yeah.
No, I could get the front of my feet on, but
Mhm.
getting my heel onto the ground was horrendous.
Wow.
Absolute. And I used to tiptoe about, and it would maybe take me a good 10 minutes before I could get the heel onto the ground. And I was diagnosed with a thing called plantar fasciitis.
Mhm.
And every time I went to get my bloods done for my other issues, my heart failure and my emphysema,
Mhm.
one day the nurse said to me, I always told her, how's your feet, Marie? Oh, the worst. And there was nothing given to me, and nobody helped me. I was told to put a water bottle underneath and roll my feet on the cold water bottle that was in the freezer. Didn't work. She said, I think you have got a thing called rheumatoid, and I'm going to take bloods. So she did. This was the COPD nurse.
Okay.
She sent them away, and a year later, I got to see a rheumatologist,
Mhm.
which was 2 years ago.
Mhm.
From that, they diagnosed me with psoriatic arthritis.
Mhm.
First of all, it was gout, then it wasn't gout, then it was something else, then it was eventually psoriatic arthritis, which
Okay.
is a form of rheumatoid, but because I have psoriasis,
Mhm.
then that's what they call it.
Yeah.
So when I started on the medication, within 2 days, boom, no pain, and I thought, brilliant. But after the course, and gradually when I went back to see her, I was offered a chemotherapy drug, which I refused to take.
Wow.
And in between me being offered that, and then a couple of weeks later, seeing Elizabeth's post, I got this yearning, I need this thing, I need this thing, I need this wand. And that's what started me on the wand.
All right.
So I was talking to Elizabeth about it.
Mhm.
She got hers. She told me how it worked.
Mhm.
And she at the time was very busy, and she could not even take the wand. She was only drinking the water.
Right.
And she said, it made a big difference to me. So I said, order me one. After speaking to my husband for 3 weeks, I looked at it and thought about it.
Mhm.
And eventually I said to my hubby, I need this. I think this will help my feet. And his words to me, well, if you think it'll help you, get it. So I did.
Mhm.
And when my wand took 3 weeks to come at the beginning, because they were coming from Malaysia.
Yeah, I know.
So then gets the wand, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And by 10 o'clock at night, I had done it twice. First time, felt no difference, wanted the water. Second time, felt a little bit of ease. So the next morning, wanted water, done my hands and feet, wanted water. Same again at 9 o'clock at night. And then, James, I got up on the third morning and both the feet went on the ground, no pain at all.
Wow.
And I was
hang on. I gotta stop you there. I gotta stop you there. Did you just say that within 3 days?
No, 2 days.
2
When I
days?
got up the third day, I had no pain.
Wow.
4 wandings. 4 wandings. And it's still the same to this day. I can bang my feet on the floor.
And you
I had
suffered for a long time.
Lots of years, 4 years. I had lived sitting on the couch. I got up, got washed, and came down and sat on my couch because my feet were that painful. I had a mobility scooter if I was going anywhere because I couldn't walk. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And 4 wandings, 2 days. On the third day when I woke up, my feet had no pain. And to this day, it is still the same. And that must be about 10 weeks down the line. And I'm still the same to this day.
I feel you, Marie.
I love it. I love it. I can't promote it enough. Like Shark Day,
yeah,
I had sold 5 wands to my friends because they saw how passionate I was about this. You know, I hadn't even got my wand.
Yeah,
and I had sold 5.
You sold 5 before you got yours. Okay.
Yeah, before mine came. It's because you look at the testimonials.
Yeah.
And you can see, first of all, I've got to say, when we looked at the first testimonials, they were only from abroad, different countries, because they had the wand and they'd been using it for about 6-8 months. And we didn't really see a lot of people in our country. But once the people started getting it here, I think it was June it came into Britain. Yeah. And once they started giving their testimonials, you could see, oh, right, now this is people in our country and it must be getting used and it must be working. And it enthused me to really, you know, get on with this. So every morning I do my wanding. I only do it once a day now. I don't do it twice. I drink the water all day long, faithfully all day long.
Fantastic.
I've had lots of different things happen to me and the people that have bought the wand, they've had the blessing that I've got, because I do feel it's not only for your pain and your aches. I feel it heals from within. Yes. So it's bringing the body back. And I have had lots of people saying, oh my God, what are you doing? Because you look amazing. And I feel amazing.
And your energy level is very high.
Up. Because I was really depressed. I was always sad. I was always can't be bothered.
You sigh
so
a
it's
lot.
Lifted. Yeah. And it has lifted everything. And it has also lifted my spiritual side as well. It opens you up.
It's all related, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. So it's all one big parcel. It comes together.
That's what Shakti was saying a while ago. It's
exactly
all related.
And it's amazing how it works. My husband was the biggest skeptic.
Tell us about your husband. All right.
Of them all, the biggest skeptic.
Yeah.
If he can't see what things are doing, he doesn't believe it unless he sees it with his own eyes.
Many people are like him, you know. Many people are like him.
Yeah, I know. And I think that's why this wand sells so much, because it can see the difference in people, ordinary people. You know, just not an advert on the telly. People can see what the person that they know has changed. And I think that's the difference. When I first said to Alec, can I get this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I could have went out and bought it and he would never have said anything. But I always say, what do you think of that? And his words to me were, if you think it's going to help, get it. Because I've got 100 gadgets, 100 lotions and potions, and nothing helped. Nothing. So he thought, unbeknownst to me, it'll go in that cupboard and it'll lie in there with the rest of the gadgets she's bought for her feet. That was his, and he said, but he didn't voice his opinion. He was just being comfortable to me. You get it if it will help. So I got it and I used it. And after the 3 days, even he said, I can't believe that's like that. I can't believe that's done that. And he religiously, every day now, drinks the water. He doesn't use the wand, but he drinks the water. Yeah. And my husband used to drink 15 bottles of, you know, Fanta, orange.
Really?
15 bottles a week. Wow, a week.
That's a lot.
He didn't drink, hardly drunk, maybe 2 cups of coffee in the morning and then Fanta, Coke, all day long. 15 2-litre bottles. He now drinks none. And I have tested him on this because I thought he's only doing it for me. But one day a friend came for dinner and her husband only drinks Coca-Cola. So I bought 2 litres of Coke. And there was nearly 3/4 of this bottle left, James. And I said to Alec the next day, do you want some of that Coke with your tea tonight? Or will I throw it out? No, I'm fine with water. And I went, he has never drunk water in his life.
Wow.
He never would drink water.
That's amazing.
Never. But he now drinks water and nothing else.
Amazing.
And he drinks the wanded water in his coffee. So it's, and he went like that today and went, I think I need to buy new shirts. He has lost the pot belly that he had with drinking all that sugar.
Because of the sugar, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, his friend came in to visit one time and he said to Alec, while I was there, what's that stupid thing she's advertising all over Facebook? This was my wand. And he went, I can assure you, you know what I'm like. It's not a stupid thing. It works 100%. And the fella just looked at him as if to say, you agree with her. And he says, I don't know how it works. I don't know what it does. But I can assure you, it is working on my wife 100%.
It's amazing.
So he now is a believer.
He is a believer, obviously, because you know he feels something. And
definitely.
What was his health issues prior to using iTeraCare?
He doesn't use the wand. He only drinks the water.
Oh wow! He only drinks the water now. Does he have any medical condition like before he used it?
He's got a problem with the back of his neck.
Okay.
And he'll say, I don't need it. I'm happy with the water. Mm-hmm. And he is believing that the water is helping him.
Wow.
And that's all. He says, I don't need to use that. I'm happy with the water.
Okay.
But he drinks the water religiously. When we're sitting down to our tea at night, it would always be, for me, water, before we used the iTeraCare wand, water and juice for me, and always Coke or Fanta for him.
Wow.
Now when we sit down, he lifts 2, wands them and puts them down in front of us. He has never had a glass of fizzy juice since he started drinking the water.
I mean, just that replacement alone,
yeah,
it's really doing a tremendous, good thing
for somebody
already. Yes,
for somebody that would not drink water.
I know.
That is 100% for me. It is doing great.
Yeah,
and it lifts your spirit. It changes everything. Takes away the pain. Mm-hmm. It just, and everybody's saying how different I look.
Yep.
When they see the videos, oh my God, look how different you are. What have you done? I haven't done anything. I'm using this wand. My body is healing from inside because the terahertz energy, the scalar energy, it's all starting to make my body work for itself the way it should.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Is it also, I'll turn now to Hazel.
Yeah.
I mean, why did you use the device? Is it because you saw something in Marie, or how did you? Yeah.
Marie and I were going to visit a friend that we visit once a month, and we go and stay with them. And Marie was saying that she'd bought this device, and she was explaining what it did, and it really started to make me think, and it was making me feel really interested, and I wanted to know more. And I was thinking, this could really help me, and it could really help my husband that's got multiple health issues. And the more she talked throughout the journey, I was getting more and more excited by what I was hearing. And I was thinking, that's it. I am definitely going to buy one of these.
Yeah.
Because
and if you don't mind, may I ask what kind of health issues do you have, or your husband?
I have osteoarthritis.
Okay.
And high blood pressure. My husband, he's got a circulatory problem called paniculitis, and he's got a back injury and spinal issues. So I thought the way Maria was speaking about having no pain in her feet, and I'm thinking, well, if that could even take the pain away, I'm all up for that. You know, I'll 100%, you know, that's great. And so when we got to my friends, she spoke about it again, and she got the other friend excited as well. So that was two sales that she got with just doing one journey.
But it wasn't for the sale. It was the excitement of what it does.
And the more she spoke about it, the more excited we got.
Yeah.
And so the delivery came, and Marie explained everything that we had to do with wanting the water, and okay, we can do this. Wanted the water, drank the 2 glasses, did all the points, hands and feet, first of all. Did the same for my husband. I didn't go through a healing crisis, but my husband did.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was too happy with me, thinking, what are you trying to do to me?
I know.
But because I said, well, just think about all the problems that you have with your health. It's been for years and years. And think about all the medication that you take. Think of all those toxins.
Yes.
And I said, you know, now we're going to go back to our roots, sort of thing. And we're going to start from the beginning. With me, the one day that made the difference to me when I really noticed was I'd done the housework in the house, and I decided I was going to go and cut the grass outside and tidy up the garden. Now, normally, you know, it would be that I'd do the garden and pay the price for it, where, you know, I'd be really stiff, very painful, and unable to move. Yeah, for a couple of days. Cut the grass, went all around the borders, tidied everything up, walked in, cooked the meal for the evening, and then I thought to myself, do you know, I've done all that, but I don't ache. I don't feel any pains.
Wow.
And I'm saying, and whereas I would have been doubled up walking, you know, as you get up off a chair and you sort of doubled over, nothing. Just got up as normal. And I'm thinking, oh, this is working. This is lovely.
That's a blessing. That's really a blessing.
It was wonderful.
How long have you been using before you went to cut the grass? I mean, how long have you been using? Just to know.
I'd only been using it for a few days.
Wow.
I'd only received it for
you drank
a few days.
You drank the water
Drank
and you
the
blew
water,
the point.
Yeah.
Just for a few days.
Every morning, the first thing I do is fill up all the jars for the amount of water that we're going to use that day. All that water gets wanded, so everybody knows it comes into the house. That's the water we're using. We're not using anything else, just the wanded water.
Wow.
I've got my husband drinking, even when he was having his healing crisis, he still kept drinking the wanded water.
Yeah.
And then once I began to see that he was getting over the healing crisis, I just started on his hands and feet, low and slow. And now we're gradually building up.
Yes.
And I've started going up and down his spine again. And things are starting to ease where he's not aching as much.
And he can feel it in his legs.
He can feel when you do his legs because of paniculitis, he said to me, do you know something? He said, this is going to sound really strange. And I said, what's that? He said, when you wand my legs, he said, I can feel tingling in my legs.
Wow.
Now, he hasn't been able to feel anything in those legs because of the circulatory problem. So, and he does a lot of work on the computer. And the other day he was complaining, oh, my head's really aching. So, gave him a glass of water, got the wands, wanded around, and he went, I don't believe this. He said, that headache is beginning to go. So we've got another convert now where he was looking similar to Marie's husband, you know, he is now converted and believes there really is something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
actually, we don't blame people for being skeptical. I mean, we used to be like that ourselves, right?
Yes.
So to see is to believe, and for both husbands, not only to see, but they drank the water and they felt the effect. Wow, I'm so happy to hear all that. Really.
Yeah,
and
I must.
Amazing.
It has been amazing. But for anybody that goes through a healing crisis, I would tell them don't give up, because it's only for a short period of time, and you know, better that than and get through it and start to build the benefits of the ones, because it really does work. And I would recommend one to anybody.
Wow, very, very, very powerful sharing. Thank you so much, Marie and Hazel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
And on behalf of the management of Prife International, thank you so much for sharing your stories. And may you continue to become healthy, and also your husbands and friends and loved ones and families and neighbors and everybody. Tell the whole world.
And dogs.
And dogs.
And dogs, yeah. So just
even the dogs.
Just share it with everyone. You know, it works well. Even the wonder water, if you share it, you know, with your plants will grow.
I do that.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that, right?
Do that,
So, yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for today.
And
thank you for allowing us to share our stories, James.
Oh, it's wonderful
Thank you, James.
Wonderful to have both of you. So
thank you.
To all the viewers today, you have heard the wonderful sharing from Scotland. All right, this is the first time.
Yeah.
We have lovely ladies from Scotland, and that's why this wonderful device, it's gone around to different parts of the world, and it's helping a lot of people everywhere. So those of you who are watching this for the first time, give it a try. Nothing is impossible, right? Hey, Marie and Hazel, nothing is impossible. Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, so thank you and see you again next week. Bye.
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 Medical disclaimers. iTera Classic and iTera Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.